Hi, I'm Aiman. In the previous video, I showed you the process involved to ship goods to another continent or country. By the way, keep in mind that if you are letting your friend use your driveway to park the trailer container, your yard might be damaged, as you can see it here. It's gonna take my dad many hours to fix this in the spring. Anyways, back to what we were talking about. My dad's friend, Uncle Roslan, is going to show you the process of the shipping container to another country or continent.
Okay, this is Roslan. I'm gonna explain how to rent a container and ship overseas. First, you have to make sure that you know exactly what the stuff or what the contain of your stuff that you're gonna put in the container. They have three things. First, household product or household things, our goods. Second, vehicles, and the third is hazardous materials. For this example, we ship the household container. Require less paperwork than those three. The rest of two materials. First thing first, you have to call the company, the shipment company, and then let them know that you want to rent a container from them. They will book based on the date that you want them to drop it at your house. The second thing, you have to let them know that what goods that you want to ship to overseas, and then they will accommodate you accordingly. In this example, we book for the household goods, so they will ship the container that can contain household goods. The third process is they will, when they have a confirmation on the date, and then you have to choose what size of the container. They have 20-footer and 40-footer. In this case, we rent a 20-footer container, a standard size 8x8 x 20, 8 x 8 x 20. Maximum gross weight is 30,480 kilogram, equal to 67,200 pounds. And cubic capacity is 33.2 cubic metric, or 1,172 cubic feet. And then they will make a drop on the specific address. After that, after they make a drop, they will sign off the drop container paperwork. You have to sign, and then based on the agreed schedule, you have to unload loading everything, your stuff into the container. The next process is when you fill up the container with your goods, lock it, get your own padlock, and then call them to come to pick up the container. In this segment, I'm using Atlantic Ocean Freight that based on in North Haven, Connecticut, because of the good rate and then good service. We got a good rate for shipment from New Jersey to Port Klang in Malaysia. Gonna take 30 days, and then the final paperwork will ship via mail to Malaysia. And then after that, after you got the custom clearance, when the container arrive in Malaysia, that's the end of the process. That's the end of the shipment. Now we're gonna talk about the cost of shipping the container to overseas. Two costs that involve, because they have two sizes of container. First, for the 20-footer, approximately on average around North Haven, West Haven area, it pretty much take 2,500 for 20-footer and 28.50 for 40-footer. There's not much difference between 20-footer and 40-footer. The only difference is the custom clearance in Malaysia. For 20-footer, approximately is around 1,500 ringgit Malaysia is about what, 800 US dollars. For 40 footer gonna be 2,500 another ringgit Malaysia, and about 1,500 US dollars. That's the cost. Another thing that you have to consider is the cost of space. I mean the parking space. Two things that you have to consider before you park. Before you can park the container. First, you have to have enough space or extra space. I mean parking space to park the container. As you can see, we're using driveways, standard house driveway, or you can rent a storage parking lot that might cost approximately about $70 per day, or you can rent empty parking lot at the hotel, like close to your area, that might gonna cost you around that much, $70 per day. But if you have somebody, your friend or your house driveway is free, as long as it can handle the weight and the maximum weight for the container. Like what we did here is we put very strong plywood in order to absorb the weight, so it won't damage the driveway. Because if you just directly metal to the driveway on the floor, it's gonna, eventually it will make a hole and damage it, and will cost you more. As you can see, another tip that you have to consider in order to rent the container is the height of the container. Actually, the container came with a trailer attached to the container. It's not put it on the ground, but attached on the top of the trailer. The trailer itself is pretty much up to 4.5 feet, or to 5 feet from the ground. So you have to consider how to load and unload the stuff or your goods. The first thing that we did is we have to build a ramp that will accommodate the high and the slope for you, in order to load your stuff easily. Okay. If you want to know detail about how to build a ramp, you can watch Aiman's video on how to build a ramp. He's showing in that video, he showed in detail how to build a ramp. The example that we use that built by his father in his video. Now, another tip that you have to consider in order to make it easier for your life to load the stuff. The first thing we just talked about how to build the ramp in Aiman's video. But another tip that you have to consider is you have to have extra space between where you park the container and extra space to build the ramp. As you can see, we have plenty of space, at least more than 20 feet, because if you consider the ramp of 4.5 high, the ramp that we built is recommended at least 16 feet slope, the ramp, and you have to have another at least 10 extra feet in order to bring your stuff into the ramp and up to the container. The thing that you have to consider, another thing that you have to consider is where to park the U-Hauls. If you park somewhere else in the empty parking lot in the hotel or in the storage area, you have to consider the space for the U-Haul or for the truck that you carry on, or the small van you carry on to carry your stuff. But if you park in your car, in your house, at least you have to have another 10 feet extra. As you can see, this is our container. We're gonna going back to Malaysia. Full container, wall to wall, floor to ceiling. This is Roslan, Aiman's uncle. Thank you for watching Aiman's video, and please watch Aiman's other video. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Aiman. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Please watch my other videos. Please check back often into my channel to see more videos.